Okay, I'm here at work at lunch 30. Actually, it's an hour lunch we get. Sitting in my truck, got the AC running. Hopefully the AC isn't making too much background noise because it's hot. Okay, this video, let me start it out with this. As an ex-Christian, I'm pretty familiar with the Bible, the Old Testament. Joshua said, "Choose ye this day whom you shall serve. But as for me and my household," that's mine, "I shall serve the Lord God," or Yahweh, Jehovah, whatever. Point being is, God is your consciousness. Household, where you're going to think. Your consciousness, within your realm of consciousness. And in your realm of consciousness, you're going to, quote, serve God. Well, you are God. You're going to serve your higher mind, not the lower human ego mind, which is just simply the experiencer tool, the VR headset that you use. Now, the reason I'm saying that particular verse and reciting that point is I'm like Aleister Crowley. The Bible still is a good occult book, good mystical book. It's got good mystical teachings in it, like any old sacred religious texts. Anyhow, choose you this day who you shall serve. Are you going to serve the outer world in what it's showing you? Or are you going to serve your higher mind and mind your own household, and serve God, your higher mind? And the way you serve your higher mind is allow the higher mind to run things. And that is by listening, letting your ego mind, your human way of seeing things and perceiving things, let the ego mind choose to always perceive or try or strive to perceive, to see your realities through higher mind's eyes. Higher mind will give you desires. Desires is intuitive. It's prophetic even, as Neville Goddard said. It's intuitive. It's insight in letting you know your future. If you have a desire for a good parking space, a free cup of coffee, a new house, happy marriage, better health, even if you're supposedly going to be, some doctor has prophesied you got 6 months to live because you got, quote, stage 4 cancer, and you desire to continue to live and to be healthy and happy, you choose that. You choose that desire to be true for yourself. You don't let the outer world or the doctor's report or your bank account or whatever tell you your truth. If you're having trouble in your marriage, you can choose, I'm happily married. I am happily and blissfully married. If there's any behavior you need to change or improve on, you'll naturally do it. That's the easiest way to get anything manifested in your life, is to simply be in the state of mind that it's already happened. And then if there's anything you need to do, anything you need to say, any information you need, or just an intuitive insight that you need, it's going to come to you automatically. You've, quote, opened the channels. You've, quote, released the resistance. Like in electricity, you hear about resistance and grounding out the signal. Like in your vehicle, if you have a ground out tail light where you got a bare wire and it's hitting the steel on your car or something like that. And sometimes the tail light works, sometimes it don't, or it kind of blinks or flutters or whatever. Or even a house light, whatever. That's interfering with the signal. There's a little bit of resistance there. Okay, that's one way to electrical resistance. But anyhow, and you just allow things to flow into your life. I talk about the Hermetic principle of flow, and the Chinese principle of flow called Wu Wei, or effortless action. It's not just you flowing and doing what you're doing, but you're allowing life to manifest, to flow into your life. It's both ways. And you're just open channel, and you just allow yourself to be an open channel. Now, the outer world is a reflection of what's going on within. As within, so without. As without, so within. So what's going on outside is letting you know what's going on inside. What's going on inside in your mind, where your mind is consciously aware, is what's going to be reflected outwardly. If you're consciously aware that you're the weight you want to be, you don't have to do anything to lose weight or maintain the weight. If you're at the weight you want now, you don't have to do anything physically or eating wise or exercise wise. You simply are in the awareness that you have the weight you want. Now, let's say right now you're currently 100 pounds overweight or something like that, and you want to lose that or whatever. You got to be there in mind first. It's like when I was breaking boards and bricks, and you can see one of my videos on my personal feats video. I had to be there in my mind. Like if I had some hesitation, it wasn't that it wasn't physically possible. It's nothing magical about it. It is a skill. Don't let people fool you. It is a skill. But anyhow, you have to be there in your mind, even one board or one block to go through it, or a stack of it. You have to see your hand already going through it. Well, it's not about using metaphysics to do that. That's just simply understanding that follow through. You have to follow through in your mind first before your hand can follow through and smash that whole stack, right? Or it's a single block or brick, right? Or board. Well, in things that we can't do, you can train and learn how to break boards and blocks. The point being is those things you can't do, right? You can't cure yourself of a chronic disease or a deadly disease. You can't put in 24 hours you got some big bill due or an emergency repair on your car or something has to happen. You can't just poop that money out, okay? But in mind, you can appropriate it. You can assume it. You can choose that it's already a done deal. Now, if you're going, you can't put your hands to the plow and look back, as Christ said. You can't serve two masters, as Christ said. I no longer believe in a literal Jesus Christ, but I used to for 38 years until I began to learn this stuff, metaphysics and mysticism and things like that, and found out it wasn't the devil, and that the occult simply means it's hidden from you, by you. You're the one that takes the esoteric or mystic or occult stuff and hide it from yourself. You don't know it until you begin to awaken and see. And you begin to realize that consciousness is actually what's choosing what's going on in your life. So I don't care what's going on in your life, your business life, your health life, your marriage or romance life, or just life with just how you deal with someone, maybe not a romantic relationship. It could be a work, employee, whatever, coworker, whatever. It doesn't matter. You get to choose what your reality is. No one else gets to. There's no God outside of you. So when you choose you this day, whom you're going to serve, are you going to be a slave to the outer world? So if you see like you're having problems in your life, in a relationship, marital or workplace or whatever, you're having problems in a relationship in your life, you're having problems financially, you're having problems with your car, you're having problems with your body, health or whatever, you're having kind of problems or whatever, you say, okay, that's something I know I don't like. Then you put your awareness on where it is, and then stop blaming the outer world, the outer circumstances, the government, the banking industry. Hey, I get it. The government's bullshit. The banking corporations, I get it. All these mega corporations, I get it. Even small business sometimes can be assholes. I get it. Okay? I get it. But in the end, no one, not anybody out here, your personal enemies, not your spouse, no one can determine your reality. You can. So stop blaming everyone else. That's taking responsibility. That's what manifesting and metaphysics is really about. Taking responsibility. Stop giving the responsibility. Was it God's fault? God didn't want me to have this, or God's mad at me, or God won't hear my prayers, or it's my fault because I'm not a good religious person. I don't keep the laws of God right, or I'm such a sinner or wicked or whatever. You're putting the blame on everything else. You're putting the blame on society. You're putting the blame on your spouse. You're putting the blame on everybody else. If you claim you're metaphysically awake, then you would know to stop putting the blame on anything. Now, is that to mean to blame yourself because you're not practicing manifesting and thinking metaphysically? No, fuck that. This is not about the blame game, but stop blaming outer things. Instead, go inwardly. Go in your house and serve God. Don't give a shit what other people say. Don't give a shit. As for me and my house, my mind, we shall serve the Lord God. My thoughts. You don't give a shit what other people do. It doesn't affect you unless you decide it does. So what do? Well, you simply go inwardly. You want the outer world to change, you go inwardly. As without, so within. As within, so without. As above, that's the mind, or heaven, God's throne, as above, so below, as this earthly life. As below, the outward earthly life, so above. Jesus told Peter, I'll give you the keys of the kingdom, and whatsoever you loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven. Whatsoever you bind on earth shall be bound in heaven. It's one and the same. Those that understand the whole Kundalini thing and the Kundalini snake, it doesn't just go up the spine and the Kundalini chakras. It goes down. It goes up and down. This was what Jacob's ladder, there's 33 vertebrae. All the Christians are so worried about the 33 and the occult and all that shit. I know I used to be one. But there's 33 vertebrae. That's not a mistake. There's 33 because there is numbers numbers and signs and omens and all that are the way the higher mind talks to you and tries to get your attention. Tries to get your attention, Neo, while you're walking around in the Matrix. Okay? It's not dictating anything. That's your higher mind. You talking to you. Whether it's dreams you get, visions, or somebody has dreams or visions about you, or there's omens or signs, that's simply your higher mind talking to you. That's all. To get your attention. That's all that is. So a lot of people say, well, the 222 and 1111 and 33 and all that don't really mean anything. Or signs or omens, okay. Our oldest son had a wonderful dream. He's had dreams and they've come to pass. He had a wonderful dream. Had to deal with a big white owl, and it was really bright and white, and there was even gold rays and light rays. It had gold on it too, and it had light rays coming from it. It's really big, and he said him and his wife were running around the house just laughing and trying to catch it, and they were so happy. And it was a big old white owl, had some gold on it with, white rays. Well, I know what that symbol means. Okay, and that's going to come to pass. I know what that means, but it's higher mind talking to you. So don't poo-poo the whole signs and things. I've seen Tarot work and actually was right. Okay, but you are the one that ultimately decides your reality. Let me make that clear. That's what this video and all my videos on the topic of metaphysics is about. The outer world doesn't decide your reality. You do. No one, your spouse, your enemies, your neighbors, the government, your doctor, does not decide your reality. Physicality does not decide your reality. Mentality, your conscious awareness, where you put your third eye, your conscious awareness. Are you consciously aware of being ill, of financially struggling, of having problems with whatever person, a coworker, a relative, a neighbor, a boss, okay, some government bureaucrat you're having problems with, your spouse, whatever. You need to look at yourself. It's telling you what your mind, all that you're seeing in the outward world is what you're conscious of. It's not to fucking punish you. It's not for you to put blame on yourself. Go, oh, let me adjust that. And if you don't know what to say, everything works out for me. Just always be in that state of mind. Perpetually, always, permanently, always be in a state of mind. Everything always works out good for me. Everything's always good for me. Okay? Everything always better. Life is always getting better. Have those type of thoughts in your mind. Those mantras, those affirmations, those just automatic thoughts. Just know it's true. And be in a state of mind and saying, this is always going to work out good for me. No matter how, it's going to work out. I used to work with a guy, he didn't know anything about metaphysics or mysticism, and he'd watch some of my older videos when I first was talking about this stuff on a previous channel years back. And he would tell me, he was a coworker, and he was an equipment operator, and he would tell me, he said, yeah, he always, it'll always work out. It'll work out as it's supposed to. That was his thing. It'll work out as it's supposed to. It'll work out as it's supposed to. That's what he would say. It'll work out as it's supposed to. And I would see things in his personal life and all that. And he'd go, I don't really understand all that stuff you're talking about. But he said, I just know that everything's always going to work out. It's going to work out as it's supposed to. It's going to work out fine. Okay? That's all you really have to do. But if your outer world is reflecting something you don't like, it's just simply all it's doing. It's not showing blockages or resistance or bad karma that you need to burn out. Punishment for your sins or something because you, did something wrong, drank alcohol, or you hate somebody or some shit. Even that's bullshit. But, you can't hate nobody. Whatever. You're a human. Live your human experience out, okay? But just know that, and also in your body, your emotions will reflect. So if you just hold on to hate, that can show up in your body and your health. But hold on to stress, angst, anything like that. German New Medicine's a good thing to point out to you. Is that it's just, the Chinese talked about your meridians and the flow of your energy and chi in your body. Your body will sometimes tell you where you're at. So if you don't like something in the outer world, don't blame the other person or the situation. Stop it. Just fucking stop it. As for your house, your mind, you shall serve the Lord God, your higher mind. So when you see outer stuff out here, you're taking it for real. Oh, well, this person's being an asshole to me, so it's their fault. No, it's not. That person is, I've always heard your vibe attracts your tribe. Well, people need to realize if you're attracting bad things in your life or toxic people or bad people, whatever, you might want to just adjust how you think. A lot of people, they want to hang on to their victimhood. They've been a victim of financial problems. They're victims of society. They're victims of this or that. They're victims. They're victims of something they went through in their past or their trauma. They're victims of this. They're victims of that. Or even victims of their own bad choices in the past. You're new in every moment. All you have to do is say, you know what? I'm going to change my perception on that. You ain't got to go down and break down all the trauma and heal yourself. You ain't got to refix all your fucking beliefs on the topic. Like, people, well, money don't come to me easily. If you change that by just simply saying, money flows to me. You don't have to overthink it and go, well, I got to break down how I used to think about money and all these things I used to tell people about money, how it was hard to come by, and the government's fucking up the economy and the bankers, the banksters, and the corporations and all that. It doesn't matter. You stop blaming the outer world. The outer world is you, goddammit. It's you showing you. If you don't like something, go, I'll adjust that. What? You don't have to go, what belief am I holding that's causing that? If it comes to you, it'll come to you. All you have to do is just say, this is why I love Neville Goddard. Neville Goddard, he taught all this manifesting stuff, and he never fucking once, not fucking once, in the 10 books he wrote, and I don't know how many lectures he gave that are written or recorded that you can hear or read the transcript from, never once, never fucking once did Neville Goddard tell you, you got to heal yourself, you got to live a certain way, or you got to change your beliefs. He always just said, just assume whatever it is that you want is done. That the relationship is good. That whatever human you're having a problem with, including your pets, you have a bad relationship with your pets. Okay, it's your money is great. You're this, you're that. Whatever you desire, your improvement, you don't have to go back and fix not a bad negative thought you just had a minute ago, yesterday, a week ago, 10 years ago. You don't have to fix anything. Let's say you had some bad shit happen to you in your life, and a lot of people have had bad shit, different kinds of bad shit happen, all right, in their life. And then they think, well, I've got to change all that. I gotta fix that first. I gotta repair that first. Have fun with that. Life is fucking short, dude. Memento mori. I got the symbol of it tattooed on the side of my face because I love it. It means, I love tattoos too, but I mean, and I love that tattoo, but what I mean is I love that saying, memento mori. Remember death, or remember that you die, or remember that you have a limited, just character has a shelf life that you're playing. You may live to be 120 years old, and I'm sorry, that's still kind of a short life. But, and in the meantime, if you live, I've said in videos before, if you were to live like the Sumerian kings, the old Sumerian kings, according to the old Sumerian, records, lived to be thousands or tens of thousands of years old, that's still short, still short life. So well, I'll put it this way, even if it's a long, long life, you live 1,000,000 years, stressing and fighting and fussing with people or fighting and fussing with your own fucking past or your own struggling thoughts, it's a waste of your goddamn time. Just assume what you want is real, is done. Okay? You ain't got to fix any of your fucking thoughts, nothing. Thoughts just come and go. Instead, simply fix your one eye, your awareness eyeball, that third eye. Fix it to focus on, I have wealth, I have good relationships, I have love, everything's always working out for me. I have that new boat I want, or that new car I want, or I got these bills paid, or I got that parking space I want, or that free cup of coffee, right? I got to go see that concert I wanted to go to. They said it was sold out, or I wasn't going to have time from work to go, but it worked out anyway. You see what I'm saying? Stop blaming the fucking outer world. Stop. Just stop. Stop blaming the outer world. Let it go reflect back to you. It's the mirror. Neville used to say how it was foolishness to try to change the image in the mirror. If you don't like something and you got, I don't know, like me, you got food in your beard, and you look in the mirror, usually my wife takes that for me, but you got food in your beard, You don't try to change it in the mirror, right? If you're a lady and you, I don't know, you like, you don't like the earrings you're wearing, or you don't like your eye makeup or some shit, or your hair, do you try to change it in the mirror? That's insanity. And that's the problem. And people always want to, so not only are you not supposed to be trying to change shit on the outer world, unless you just feel inspired and it feels fun to do, but don't do it to try to change, to manifest something. You change concept of self, as Neville said. There was nothing to change but concept of self. Stop blaming the outer world and other people, the government, anybody, for what you don't like. You know, people talk about a lot on the internet. There's a whole lot about psychopathy and narcissism and sociopaths and psychopaths and shit like that. And there's characters that are that way. There's human beings that's what they do. That's their thing. It's like there's criminals and all kinds of, and there's politicians, but there's, you know, that stuff. Well, here's the thing. Why are those people always repeatedly showing up in your life, but in other people, they don't have to deal with toxic people? That's state of mind. You're in the state of consciousness. You're in the state of awareness that there's toxic people I got to worry about. And you'll start seeing it in other people too. Because let me tell you something, a little something about psychopathy. All psychopathy is, everyone has those little negative traits. That there's a list of negative traits in psychopathy, narcissism, sociopathy, or psychopathy, and sociopathy. Everyone has some negative traits here and there, or will express them every now and then, right? But they're definitely not narcissistic. They're not sociopathic, because we all can have those negative thoughts. We're here to express duality. So even Carl Jung talked about how we all have shadows. We all have the dark part of us. So what do we do? Like my ring here, the alchemy symbol for alchemy, you alchemize your shadows, the dark parts of yourself, use them as a spice. If you create that's what Carl Jung talked about, and integrating your shadow, not trying to hide from it. You're not trying to ignore any things in your life that creates health problems in your body. It'll reflect. Why? Why will it reflect? Because it's letting you know where your state is. If you want to heal your body, you want to heal anything, change your state of mind. And you'll be amazed what happens, okay? But you integrate your shadows, it's like the spice, right? If you put too much pepper, too much salt, even too much sugar and sweets, right? A lot of people over-sweeten their pastries, in my opinion. I love pastries. Well, people will, I love sweet tea, but some people put too much sweet in it, you know? Sweet iced tea, I'm a Southern man. But they'll put too much sugar in it. Well, you can put too much, I love spicy food, but some people will put too much cayenne pepper, or too much habanero, or too much to the point it's just doesn't even taste good anymore, it just ruined it, right? You can put too much curry, you can put too much, I don't know if you can put too much oregano. I don't know why, but I love the smell of oregano. I love it. But you can put too much. It's too much. But so your shadow, you integrate that shadow, it's the spice in your life, the so-called negative aspects, and turn them into something, alchemize them into something good and positive, right? Like if you're an aggressive person, like me, if you're an aggressive person, you take that shadow and that so-called socially inappropriate behavior, and you take that and you integrate that, okay? You use that, and it gives you use that spice. You don't use too much of it, but it helps you, okay? So that's just an example, okay? So, you can take you can take negative experiences in your life and use that as your energy to say, I'm not focusing on it anymore. That's not in my life anymore. But I was going to get back with the whole psychopathy thing, toxic people. You can find people that have them. And there's not a fucking person watching this video, or a person out here who doesn't watch the video. There's not a person in this world that doesn't have the potential to be a toxic sociopath, number one. There's not a person out here in this world that can express certain negative, hateful, bad, antisocial behaviors, or have what we call toxicity in you. There's not a human being. That potential has to be within you. All potentials have to be within you. Just like all potentials, you can be dirt poor, you can be doing financially really, really well, or you can be super rich. It's all in your choices. It's where you put your awareness. Your choice is made by where you put your awareness, not what you want. People think, well, I want this, I believe it's going to happen, but have you put your awareness on it that you already got it? Feel relieved that you already got it? You can fucking forget about it then. And you'll have that car you want. You'll have that bill paid. You'll have that health. I'm telling you. Relationships will get better. Everything. If you'll just be in a state it's already happened. Just be relieved. Don't angst. But if you're putting your attention on how bad it is, once you notice what you don't want, That's good. Look at the negativity. Go, yeah, I don't want that. Just like you look at your shadows and your bad traits and go, okay, look at it. Your demons, your fears, the traumas you've had in your past life. Look at them straight in the face. Don't repress them. That just causes mental and physical problems in your body and your mind and everything else. And then you make peace with them. Fucking make peace with your demons in your life and your own demons, your own shadows of bad traits that you might could have, right? Or so-called bad traits. So, but if you're always looking for negativity in people, you always let people lie, you're just going to find people that lie. Or you're just never going to believe them, I'll put it that way. If you're looking for toxicity and you're always hyper aware and you're looking for this, you're going to find it. You're going to find what you're looking for. Why? Because you're aware, and the third eye is staring at the awareness that is a reality. I know that there's pedos out here, there's murderers out here, there's thieves out here. Politicians, I know what they are. Cops, some of these corporate dudes and CEOs and shit like that. Just regular folks, white trash folks, rednecks, regular folks in the ghetto, whatever. There can be some bad, horrible, evil people out there, okay? There can be bad weather. There can be things that get you ill or hurt you and cause injury and all this. But why do you focus on it? You're aware that that's there. And now you put your awareness on health and wealth. And I always get along with people. And people always treat me with respect. And it doesn't matter who they are. They're going to treat you with respect. You're going to get along with people. You can get along with some people that other people can't seem to ever get along with. It will just work. It will just work for you. Because you're in the state of mind. I always get along with people. People always respect me. People love me. Whatever it is. If you're not getting what you want in life out of people and things, again, you need to look in the mirror. Because the mirror out here in your reality is projecting the person in the mirror, you. And all you got to do, it's super simple. Don't beat yourself up. Don't blame yourself. Say, everything's always going good. I have wonderful relationships. I have great friendships, great work relationships, great business relationships, great relationships with my neighbors. I got great relationship in my marriage, my dogs and cats and everything. That we get along really well and all this type of shit. Yeah. And it may not happen overnight, but you refuse. See, here's the thing. People want to manifest something. They'll go, how come it ain't manifested yet? Absolutely be fucking stubborn. Absolutely have total, as Neville talked about that Bible story of the lady who had impudence. She would not take no for an answer from that judge. Oh, there's another story in the gospel, in the New Testament, where Jesus told the parable of the man who was knocking on the door trying to get his buddy to wake up, get out of his bed, because him and his family needed food. And he was, he's like, man, I'm already in bed. I don't want to do this. He wouldn't stop. Have that fucking impudence. Never take no for an answer. Never agree to your own doubts. Always take yes for an answer. It's always going to work out for me. Yes to everything you want. Yes, it's going to work out. Because universal mind wouldn't give you the desires for those things, even if it's just a free parking space to a brand new home. It will never give you those strong desires if it weren't already a possibility for you. And so always say yes to those things. When you want something, the universal mind, or the universe, which is not separate from you, God, which is not separate from you, always says yes anyway. So never take no for an answer. If you don't like something in your outer world, that's a form of a no that I'm talking about. How people treat you, to everything. How animals act towards you, everything. Your finances, your health, everything. Never take no for an answer. Never take no for an answer. Go within and say, I just need to adjust my awareness a little bit more. I'm aware that I have great relationships. I'm aware that I have an abundance of money. I'm aware that I always have good luck with vehicles. I have awareness. I am just so healthy. And I don't even try. It's not like I eat. I'm not a health nut. I don't exercise a lot. I eat sometimes. I cheat and eat processed foods. That kind of shit, right? You decide everything that goes on in your life, period. No one else has that privilege. Nothing else. No God, no energies, no frequencies, nothing. You choose the mental frequency. You choose the state of mind that you're going to see the world from. So stop blaming other people. Stop blaming outer circumstances. You can be aware that there's bad people out there and bad circumstances. But if you're on the awareness that it always goes well for you and you get along well with people and you have great health and all these type of things, you're in that awareness. Any thoughts, anything in the outer world that tries to prove differently? No. And again, the way you know that you're in full awareness and fully in the state is the outer stuff doesn't bother you anymore, and you don't condition, well, I'll be happy if it shows up or when it shows up. You have the relief. Awareness means relief. You feel the relief, like after great sex, after orgasm after great sex, after filling your belly with good, delicious food when you're really hungry, after drinking something that's really, really good and quenches your thirst, a cold beer or a cold iced tea or a cold glass of water, whatever it is you like, and it quenches your thirst. That's that relief. When people talk, these weirdos on YouTube talking about regulating your nervous system has to be regulated before you can manifest. No, you don't. You don't have to do shit. You don't have to fix the outer world. Other people don't have to behave for you or anything like that for a thing to manifest. And you don't have to regulate your nervous system. All you have to do is feel the relief. That'll automatically regulate your nervous system anyway. All right, I'm going to end this video. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my lunch break. Remember, the outer world is simply reflecting you. And that's not to blame you. That's to empower you. But as for me and my house, we shall serve God. And God is your own human imagination, your own consciousness. You are God. You're an expression of the one God, the one mind, the one universal mind, the universe, or the all. So, in serving this God, do you look outside of yourself for false gods? Do you make idols and false gods out of things you want to manifest? Well, if I don't get the money in my bank account, or if I don't get the person I love, or if I don't get this better relationship, or if I don't get this, you name, fill in the blank, or I'll be happy when I get that thing, that's an idol. It's a false god. You make false gods out of people too. Okay, how do I know that I'm a good employee? How do I know I'm a good loader operator? How do I know? Because I say so. I knew that. I said that to myself when I first started this job a long while back. I said, I am a good operator, and I've always said it where I work, I'm a good employee. Now, have I gotten compliments from employers at how well I do a good job and gotten raises? Because you can't spend depreciation. I've gotten raises and bonuses and other little fringe benefits, and as well as some pats on the back and handshakes and thank yous and accolades and, all that. Yes. Have I had employers that treated me like dog shit supervisors, even though I was doing a good job and knew I was a good employee? Because, the golden rule in the Bible, New Testament, do unto others you haven't done to you. I believe in trying to be, I'm about me. I'm all about the guy in the mirror, in the physical mirror. I'm that guy. I'm that guy. I cared, how do I feel about it? Did I do a good job? Was I an honorable person? Was I a good friend? All these things. Am I a good husband? All of those things. I don't look to the outer world, including not just my bank account or the external facts, as Neville called it, the external world, this mirror world reflecting what's inside of me. I don't look to it to tell me who I am. That's why people, they want something to manifest and don't manifest, and they keep looking to the outer world. And why the good teachers about manifestation on the internet are always telling you, stop looking to the outer world. You're making an idol out of it. You're conditioning your happiness. Be happy anyway. And we're only doing things for the feeling. You're doing it for the feeling of completion or satisfaction, or whatever you want to call it, relief, whatever. You're wanting that more money, the better job, the love in your life, to be able to go to that sports game that you want to go to. All of these things, you're only doing these things for feeling. For the feeling. When you recall the concert or the event you went to, the family gathering, or went in the car race, you built a car and you had a little race or something and you want, it's all, the physical part of it is done. It's now just a memory. It's imagination. It's for the feeling of it. The feeling of satisfaction and the experience of it. We're experiencer nodes of the one mind playing this video game called Earth Life, or Human Life, or Human Earth Life. So, why are you looking to the outer world? Why are you looking? I don't look for my bosses to compliment me. If they do, thanks, I appreciate that. Or give me more raises, thanks, I appreciate that. Sometimes I've gotten big raises. You get bonuses. You get fringe benefits. You get accolades. Sometimes you don't. Either way, I know I've always been a good employee. I tried to do the best I could at each job I've ever had. And I just do the best I can. And I feel like I'm doing a good job, whether the supervisor, my coworkers, or my employer or boss notices or not. I don't give a fuck. To get the compliments, that's nice. But I don't condition my satisfaction, my good experience, or I don't condition my relief feeling, if you will, on how someone else describes me as an employee. Same thing in my marriage. I know I'm a good husband. I know I'm thoughtful. I know I'm loving. I know I'm considerate. I know I'm affectionate. All of those things and more. I know that I am a good husband. Whether my wife thinks so or not. When she compliments me and thanks me and brags on me or says sweet things to me or whatever, that's awesome. That's great. But the point being is, and I've been in bad relationships. I know I was doing my part. I was trying to be a good husband, trying to repair marriage or relationship or try to make it better. You know, making those physical actions, trying to figure things out, trying to talk things out. But in the end, it didn't work out, right? Well, I believe that's ultimately because I had in my mind, my intent in my life was to be happily, blissfully married. And actually, that was an intent of mine when I was young. That I wanted to be married and have a happy marriage, you know. When I was young, I thought that was one of the things I would do is get married, be happy with marriage, have children, and live happily ever after, and other things in life that I wanted to do and things like that. But I had to learn through experience that you want to be happily married or be a happy employee or whatever, the happiness is inside. You can't condition it. So if you're not happy where you work, don't get me wrong, but you need to know that you yourself, you don't beat yourself up and think, I ain't done enough. I'm not done good enough. Because, you know, an employer can be very nitpicky, let me tell you. Even the nicest employers and bosses are going to always be nitpicky and find things that ain't right, okay? Or how you can improve. They never notice how they can improve. But anyhow, that's a different story. But the thing of it is I don't condition my happiness on whether I have a thing or not. I've learned this about metaphysics and manifesting. I've appropriated and assumed the feeling of the wish fulfilled as it is. The relief and the satisfaction. Whether the outer world shows it or not, I do. Plus, now I understand metaphysics and the nature of reality, our personal realities. I understand that it's going to manifest. It's going to happen physically. So I don't condition my happiness in my marriage, my employment life, as a person, my relation as a father, or uncle, or anything like that, in-law, whatever relationship. I don't condition it, well, they don't like me. I always just do what I can do and be myself and be my true self. And imagine that, you know, everything is fine between us. And whatever the relationship is, employer, in-law, relative, spouse, whatever, friends, whatever. And I just be myself. And I know that I have been a good employee, whether an employer fires me or bitches or, you know, never gives me any raises or thank yous or nothing, or appreciates me or not. I am going to be the best husband I can be because that makes me feel good. I don't worry about whether it's reflected back to me or not. I've had to learn this about all types of relationships. So don't make a god out of anything outside, or an idol, false god out of anything outside of you telling you who you are. You know in imagination who you've, what perception, what state of mind you've taken on. You don't care about what your bank account says, or your wallet, or your purse, okay, your piggy bank, or your mattress where you stuff your money. All thousands I know you got. You don't condition your happiness on the thing, whether it's physically true or not. That's what I'm saying. You condition it because inside you've taken it. I know I'm happily married. I know that I'm a good employee and an honorable employee, and I think I do. As a matter of fact, I've been told that I go above and beyond. I've been told that by employees and fellow employees. I've told that by bosses in the past and in the present, that they appreciate me going above and beyond. They actually say those words, you know. Well, that's because I just want to do a good job, and it's about me. It's not about trying to please other people. It's not even about pleasing your spouse or your in-laws or your cousins or relatives or friends or bosses or whatever. It's not about trying to please them. I know I'm a good citizen, okay? I'm a good citizen. I don't need, the government to tell me how to behave. I know I'm a good citizen. I know when I'm driving, I'm a courteous driver. I'll let people in. I try to be considerate of other cars and things like that. I am that person. That's who I am. Whether people tell me I am or not, whether my wife tells me I'm a good husband, whether my employer tells me I'm a good employee, whether people tell me I'm a good person or not, is not important to me. And it's the same thing with non-people related manifestation. You don't look and say, well, I am the person that has money. You want to have money and you say, I'm the person that has money, but then you look at your bank account and you go, oh, I don't have money. Let's say that you're doing something wrong in a relationship. You're not being the employee you can be. You're not being fair to your employer and your fellow employees. Let's say that you're not quite the spouse you could be, or the friend or the cousin that you could be, or the good neighbor in your neighborhood you could be, whatever it is. Dude, you put yourself in the mindset that you are. If there's any changes you need to make, anything in the physical you need to do, you'll just do it. It'll happen. Everything's states of mind. It's not about physicality and physical trying to force things or figure things out. So I just want to cap this video with that. Serve the God of your mind, your consciousness. Your consciousness, you choose where you're going to put your awareness. See, we're all individuated sovereign nodes of the one. And we're all of us are real. We're all God in the flesh. We're all baby Jesuses. But we're all sons of God, expressions of God, sons and daughters of God or whatever. We're all raised of the same sun, fingers upon the same hand. But we all are sovereign, and how I experience you and how you experience me, how I experience you is up to me. How you experience me is up to you. I know that I'm being a good person, but if you see me a different way or whatever, that's how you're going to see it. It doesn't matter. And that's another thing I've learned is you don't have to try to change other people's perception of you. And by the way, there's some good manifesting coaches that talk about that. You don't have to try to convince anybody of anything or change. Like if you want a better relationship with a spouse, a friend, a boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, employer, whatever, you just simply accept that you are that person that has that kind of relationship, and you don't have to talk them into anything. Nothing. Just be your normal self. Just be who you normally are. Talk to them how you would. Be your kind self. And be you. Don't look for the physical world to reflect, especially not reflect immediately what it is you want to manifest. So you have to understand, it's all about you. I know I'm a damn good husband. I know that I'm a damn good employee. I know that I'm a damn good person. And I can feel it. I know it. I am in those states of mind, those perceptions. Am I perfect? Well, no. I'm not supposed to be perfect. But am I perfectly me? Yes. And the perfect me is a person who's kind and loving and considerate. But it's not a doormat, nor do I treat other people like doormats, nor do I see other people as doormats. That's kind of weird to me. That's bullying, and I don't like that. But anyhow, I am who I am. And whether people, if I am in the state of mind that I'm a good employee and I do a good job, and my employer recognizes that or it doesn't recognize that, it doesn't matter. I'm happy. I'm satisfied. And so if I'm a good employee, what may happen is that job ends for some reason, but something else will manifest that's better for you. You always got to think like that. You always got to know it's about you. Walk like a God with your head held high, because you are the God that you're serving in your own house, in your own consciousness. All right, time to get back to work. Have a good one, fellow gods.